The new Goku leader for set 4 revolves around copying different battle powers on the field. But is it good? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby, and today I'm going to give you my personalized deck list for the Son Goku Red leader for FB04. Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. I upload daily duels and deck profiles for different anime TCGs. Alright, so here we go. Once again, this is my personalized deck list. We're going to go ahead and talk about the leader, every single card, and how it plays into this deck strategy. The overall strategy is to somewhat have very average cards that have good baseline stats in order to kind of stay on the field passively. And then as you go towards your late game and reawakening, this leader is very powerful attack and defensive wise. It's an extremely balanced deck, but it does revolve around the archetype of Universe 7 to some degree. Alright, so let's talk about the leader first and foremost. This is the Goku from FB04. When attacking, draw Awaken at 3, and it's 15,000 power. Awaken at 3, now this is pretty important because this, you're awakening at 3, but you're not getting anything powerful here. Usually you awaken at 4, but this one is awaken at 3, but you're only at 20,000. So I'm assuming the ability is really good, right? So you activate battle once per turn, choose up to one battle card in the area, and this gets the original power as that card's power for the battle. So this is good for your turn and the opponent's turn. You can use it once there and once over there. Basically, this is used offensively and defensively, and depending on what you or the opponent has in the field, you can get some pretty amazing power with this Goku. Alright, so keep that in mind as we go on and talk about every single card. Starting with this first one here, this is a new card from set 4. This is Shin, Universe 7, 155. Look at the top 3, reveal one Universe 7, and then add it to your hand. The rest go to the bottom of the deck randomly. So this is a searching card. You're not really using it to do any sort of attacking. The combo is, you know, it's a decent combo. However, the Universe 7's good. Almost every single card in here is Universe 7. And more importantly, your supers are Universe 7, so this actually can be searched by this, which is a very powerful ability. Okay, so that's why we're running a couple of Shins here, 4 of them. This is your very early game. Next off, we have this new card from set 4 as well. This is Son Goku Mini Daima 22010. If your leader is awakened, this card gets 10,000 power. You want to awaken as quick as possible. It's a little bit slow to do so, but this card will help you do so. On play, add one card from your life to your hand. Remember, this is permanent. It's not up to one card. It is a one card. So you're usually going to be able to do it when you want to, but if you're awakened, you maybe don't want to play this at all. But it's good for a 10,000 power. Remember, it's also, when you flip it over, it's also original power. So even though this is awaken at 30k, it's going to be original only, so it's not going to help in that regard, but it's still a good card regardless for its power level, its cost, its counter, and the abilities are really good in general. And remember, this is a Saiyan only, not Universe 7, so you won't be able to search it, but overall, it's a pretty good self-awakening early card. Next, we have Android 18. This is from set 2, 225. Permanent opponent's turn, this card gets 5,000. Once again, it doesn't work with this. I mean, it works, but it doesn't get the extra 5,000. But it's here because it's a really strong early game card once again. If you don't have these Gokus, and hopefully you find these Android 18s, you can get a swing off the leader. And then on their turn, if you're fighting early, this is going to be a 25 up to their 15, which they have to spend a lot to do so. So this is a card that usually is going to stay on the field longer than most because 25,000 on the opponent's turn is really annoying. This is also a Universe 7 as well. So this is a good card that's kind of sticky. Next off for the 3 costs, we have Gohan Adolescence from set 2. This is 325. Permanent, your turn, your leader's awaken. It'll be 5,000. So unfortunately, it's a little bit weaker on the opponent's turn because it's going to be 25 and then 20 here. But however, when attacking, you self-awaken, which is why this is primarily in here, and you choose up to an opponent that gets negative 15. This is pretty good because if your opponent attacked and they try to save it after going negative 15, you can go ahead and attack again with the lowered cost that the opponent's character has, and you can most likely get it off. This is a good balanced card that has a lot of versatility, you know, and it also has a counter with all the abilities, so you can still use it for that. Next off, we have Android 17 from set 2. So this is going to be a 325 0 cost. Permanent, if your leader is Universe 7, this character gets 5,000. So right at the gate, you don't have to be awakened or anything else. Just have a leader with Universe 7, and this is going to be a 3 cost 30k on both turns, which is pretty good. However, if your leader is awakened, this character cannot be KO'd by skill cards. It can still be bounced back to your hand and bottom deck, but KO skill, you're good to go. This is a really fun card to throw out there because your opponent's like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's messed up, man. All right, next up, we have another Android 17. However, this is from Starter Deck 6, which is releasing at the same time that set 4 is. This is another Android 17, 32010, so really good counter ability, weak attack, but let's see the ability. Per minute your turn, this card gets 5,000, making it 25,000. Then on play, add up to 1 card. So it's a nice self-awakening card at 3, and also it's 10,000 counter. Remember, this one is it's a little bit slower than usual. It's a 3 cost, so you have to use as many of these cards as you can. Okay, next up we have yet another Android 17. They're just a really good card. He's just a really good character. They give him some good baseline stuff. This is from Starter Deck 1. So 32010 on your opponent's turn, this gets 5,000. So it's kind of like the opposite. It's pretty much the exact opposite. Your turn 5,000, opponent's turn 5,000. But basically on play you self-awaken. So self-awakening is super important, and a lot of these cards are sticky themselves. And hopefully by the time, you know, your opponent attacks into you, you self-awaken a lot, you'll be able to play any of these 4 all the way to 6 costs here. So we have 2 of these Gokus in here. This is from set 1. 430. This is, we don't have a lot of 0 costs in here because you self-awaken at 3, you're just slightly more vulnerable than other characters that awaken at 4. So you can only take 1 hit and a double strike, etc. So that's why we have not a lot of 0 costs, but more just at least 5,000. So that's why we're only running 2 in here, but it's a good card nonetheless because on play, give up to a battle card, negative 15,000. Once again, multiple characters attack into them, you get value. And auto, when this character attacks and wins a battle, 1 damage, so you don't even have to attack them. You can lower a cost and then boom, attack right into them. A really nasty card to put in the deck. It just, you know, more often than not, when you have 4 Dawn, look at One Piece. When you have 4 energy and you attack into a character, they're most likely going to have a rested one for you to attack into for that turn, and you'll be able to get the KO on there, as well as hurt them. Now we have another card, Frieza. So once you start awakening, like all of these cards here are usually your targets for awakening. This one too, 30,000. But here we go. There's a Frieza from set 1, Starter Deck 1, 43010. Nothing special here. However, it's Universe 7 searchable, and it has good baseline stats, and it has a 10,000 counter, which is why we're running this into here. And once again, your leader can become a 30k, which is great. Next off, we have another 4 cost character. Now this is also from set 4, so this is 435, so it's the same thing as this Frieza. However, it loses the 5,000 for an effect, which is your opponent's turn. This character gets 10,000. That's a really amazing power level for a 4 cost with a counter. Now once again, only for the baseline, so you'll be copying a 30 only, but it's sticky on the board. And as long as they stay on the board, you're going to be able to use your ability. Your opponent, if they don't have a lot of stuff on the board, they can kind of play around your leader ability by doing all the attacks beforehand and then summoning one of their strong cards. So having at least anything on the board like this is good, even if you're not getting the 40,000 on both of your turns. But this is a great card. Next off, another card from set 4. This is Frieza, another Universe 7, so searchable. 5, 25, 5. Pretty weak, but the ability is great. If your leader is Universe 7, this battle card cannot be removed by the battle from your opponent's skills, meaning KO effects, bottom deck, top deck. It's just another super sticky card that allows you to get, you know, slightly better stuff. However, this card gets 20,000 power, making it 45,000 to attack, and it has a counter. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards to get negative 10,000. Pretty cool. All right. Now for the last card of the deck, we have Son Goku. This is probably your best card, and this is why your leader is very durable toward, you know, as soon as it awakens, you can, you know, get a lot of power level to this on your turn, on the opponent's turn. This is why you want to drop this every single turn that you are awakened when possible. Son Goku from some set 4, secret rare, 640. On play until the end of your opponent's next turn, negate the next damage that you take. So it's the first damage that you take. If you take a second damage, you have to hopefully block out of it. But once again, if you're awakened, boom, you get base 40 on your opponent's turn. So sick for the battle. When attacking, choose all of your opponent's battle cards. They get -20. So this card is not one where you want to drop down and win the game. This has no effect on the opponent's board, like instantly. It has just the -20, which helps you clear stuff. There's a lot of other cards that simply say KO stuff or double strike. This one's more of a high power level to work with your leader, negate the damage so you can survive a little bit more again, and you can you can lower all the stuff this turn so you can kind of clear their board. So the whole goal of this deck is, even though this is a red deck and red is known for rushing, this is all about just keeping really sticky, annoying creatures on the board and copying even if it's a 25,000, a 30k thousand, you're gonna be able to attack with great value with your leader. The only weak part is the early game. Well, the early game has pretty good sticky cards. You know, add 1 to plus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 self-awakening cards, which is amazing. And you have your Shins here, so you can search out for your Whis or your 6-drop Gokus. Like, that's what you really want. So that's it for the deck. This is a very, like, pretty average deck. It's all about going late game, so it doesn't really specialize in that much. But once you do get that late game, you drop the 6 Gokus turn after turn. You can take multiple hits. You're going to be strong as heck. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.